Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What is going on, world?
Chilling, Mark. How you doing?
Um, good.
Hasbro leave you alone?
This week, yes. Not saying next week because San Diego Comic Con is starting to show stuff. I missed something. I missed out on something, which was the news reporter NECA figures. The
Oh, I saw
four
it. I
pack. I
saw the
missed out
nice.
on it. I completely forgot about it.
So it went on sale, or it went on pre-order the same day that it was revealed.
The next day, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I did get to see it. It looked very, very cool. Whose cat
Yeah.
is that? That's
That's
the boss's cat.
April O'Neil.
No, the cat. That's her cat.
Uh,
Because there's a cat at the bottom of the picture, like a
yeah.
little plastic little toy, obviously.
Yeah, I think it
I
was
don't
a cat
remember.
that mutated with her because there was an episode that April got mutated into a cat.
Okay. I'm trying to
So
remember.
yeah,
Was that the boss's cat though that used to be in his office?
I don't remember. It
Okay,
was.
that's
I think it was in season 3 that it happened. I don't remember.
mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool. I was not like I kind of wanted it just to own it, but I was just like, I don't care if I get it or not.
Is that the first Irma figure?
Yes, that's the
Recently.
first way to get Irma is through that pack. But yeah, they announced that there's a lot of things that got announced this week. A lot of like toys been getting revealed, like the Wolverine on the couch,
Yes. That's
on the
well.
bed.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, that one got more. They got a price and everything this week.
Okay.
They announced a bunch of them that coming out. They actually displayed them, showing you them.
I did get to see some X-Men stuff. Yes.
That Ben Riley I might have to get.
I did not see the Ben Riley. I saw the Cyclops. She sent me.
They look good. That I actually like the X Force, X Factor Cyclops a lot.
That's probably the best version of that costume they've made into a figure. Definitely.
Yeah, so I actually thought that was pretty cool.
I'm still holding out because that's the other Cyclops, the Marvel Legend you showed me that's on sale
Mm-hmm.
is the blue one. You know if there's a red variant? Because that's the one I want.
They
That
have
one.
one, older one.
Oh, okay. Probably too late to get it then is what you trying to tell me?
Probably not. Like if you do research, I think you could get it under a decent price for it.
Because it's a regular figure. It's not a deluxe figure or anything.
No, it's a regular Marvel Legends.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about his X, the red X on his face and shit?
Yes.
I'll look it up. I'll see what I can find.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it came out. Maybe it was before they got the Fox license back, so
Oh, okay.
it was probably before then. So maybe like about 4 or 5 years ago it came out.
Yeah. It's probably like $300 now.
Nah, I say max maybe 50.
Okay.
I don't think that one goes that crazy high.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I'll look it up. I'll check it out if you're looking for that one. If it's under a certain price, I'm like, all right, cool. But yeah, that there's a lot of stuff that got announced. Masters of the Universe started this week. Master Universe Revelations. There was a new movies that made us that started this week too from Netflix. That
Okay.
covers Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, Pretty Woman, and I forgot the last movie, Jaws.
Jaws. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So there was a lot of cool things. I did watch the Masters in the Universe. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I got to check it out as well. I wanted more. I forgot it was only like what 24 minutes standard half an hour episode. I think it was because it was an hour, right?
I'll say my only disappointment, if shit went like that, it was fast. Like,
That's what I'm saying. It felt like a very very short episode because it was good.
yeah,
It's very good, very different. I like the depiction of He-Man, almost like Hulk-ish.
yeah,
I love Skeletor. Everything about Skeletor. I like how they not just again he's voiced by Mark Hamill, which is awesome.
yeah,
But I like the stuff that he does, like the physical character of Skeletor in the show. The way he uses his magic is actually pretty cool.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I liked his character a lot. I liked his presentation a lot too. Like I just liked the way he looked. They kind of changed his look. Everyone was bitching that he didn't have boots on. I was like, whatever.
I saw, but that's apparently that's an old design for Skeletor because
Mm-hmm.
there was an older one. I didn't know that. I don't like it. I don't care.
Yeah,
I like them. I like the barbarian boots. Why my skeleton man got feet? That don't make
he
sense.
got toes and purple
Shame on
purple
it. He got dragon
nails.
feet.
But I'm actually very interested with how deep they're gonna go into Skeletor down the road, because this is only part one of the series. There's gonna be a part two not that far down the road too,
Hmm.
and it's supposed to be within. I think they said it's gonna be quite a few parts. So they're planning a long run, a little bit, pretty decent run.
Yeah, definitely. I thought at first it was gonna start as a series, but the way they're doing it is fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I did enjoy it. I saw some of the complaints, and so I think the complaints doesn't really bother me because I was never a big Masters in the Universe fan.
I don't think Masters of the Universe really deserves a fandom.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the old shows, because you know what? When you go back to the original He-Man
yeah,
cartoon, it was just made to make toys, but it was also, come on, man. Do you have that much affinity for a man with the stilted PSAs and whatnot? I get he was telling you some good advice, but it it doesn't hold up. Is what I'm saying about He-Man.
yeah, and I think I think the person that wrote the show, Kevin Smith was was part of the writing team, but the person that wrote the show does the current comic book. I think he did
And
and he did more of a mature kind of comic book with the He-Man storylines, and I think that's what's gonna go. That's kind of what the concept of the show is gonna be. Is part of that.
oh yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know the backstory of where this is coming from, like what origins, because I'm assuming this is setting up everything itself.
So this is supposed to be, so from what Kevin Smith said, this is supposed to be a continuation of the season finale of the last episode of He-Man. So like
Which series?
the original series. It's supposed to be
Really, the
like
original?
aftermath of that.
Huh. I might have to actually look at the last episode. Then
Yeah. So
I don't remember.
and then he said honestly, if you actually were a collector of the figures, then a lot of the story arcs that they had in those little comic books that came with the figures, it kind of presents itself a lot into the show.
Now that I have no idea because I had figures, but way too young, so I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you anything.
Yeah. So they said there's a lot of things like that, but also the newer comic that came out a couple of years ago, that the DC did, it's gonna be more on those comics and just the future of He-Man and stuff like that. I know a lot of people
Okay.
are disappointed because He-Man was, the spoiler alert, he was not in the show a lot, like because they're building a storyline. And I saw where the story was going, so I was pretty fine with him not being a part of the show and just building onto it. I think the ending is still questionable to what happened. Like I don't think he's dead. I don't think he died, and I think he's gonna come back to life. But I think people just are just butthurt about a lot of the things that the story wasn't on the actual He-Man or King Prince Adam and shit like that, which I was fine with. Like I don't know the world enough to get mad over something. So to me I just really enjoyed it.
I think it was just dudes hating on a chick because Tila got too much attention.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you watch the episode, you got to see all the characters,
Yeah.
and they were presented well because you got to at least know who. There was no point in the episode where I was questioning who are you,
Yeah.
and in terms of these main characters that they were showing me, like in the castle and them having interactions, and Tila being promoted to man at arms, and who man at arms is, and
Mm-hmm.
the king and the queen and Prince Adam. Like I know this,
Right.
but the thing is, I know this, I didn't have to watch the old He-Man
Yeah.
because it told me everything. So I'm ready to go on the journey. Like this is episode one. Why is everybody ready to tear it down? That's the thing I don't
Nah.
ever get.
I get that.
So like
It was good.
I felt it was good. So
I thought it was good
I'm-
as well. I really enjoyed it. The voice casting was great. I actually think they got the right people for the voices and everything like that. Did play homage to a lot of the old stuff too. So even the opening like cinema, the opening trailer was pretty dope.
Here's my gripe, Mer. I'm mad when he pulled out the sword that the sword literally came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Literally. No. There was no. Oh well, he's carrying it on a holster on his back. The boy pulled the sword out of his back.
it's a magical sword.
it just
The
where'd it
sword
come
is
from?
stealth. The sword is stealth, and it's on Prince Adam.
All right, yeah, I'll buy that. But yeah, but like literally, if there's
Yeah.
anything you want to try to be a nag and poke a hole at, that's the only thing. And that just made me laugh
Yeah.
more than anything. So again, it was good.
It was
I
good.
thought
I
it was
enjoyed it.
good.
Yeah. And it
The
was a
animation
nice
quality is
animation.
very good because I think that's the Castlevania team. I think that was.
Yep.
I think they went out of their way to get them.
Yep.
I remember
It
when
is them.
Smith was talking about it, he was like he went out of his way. Like he wasn't familiar with Castlevania, but he liked the style that he saw.
Yeah.
So
And it fit. I think
Yeah.
it felt really well.
It's very good.
They Americanized it more than what Castlevania is.
yeah, and I know like people probably felt, oh, we don't want another anime show. Like no, it's not anime.
It's not.
It pretty much looks and feels like an American cartoon. So
It actually felt like the animation felt more like the Cartoon Network version that they did back in the day.
that's
It
why
looked- yeah.
That's why I was wondering if the origins to the story were gonna go back to that.
I kind of
don't
want to
know
watch
how
that one
ended.
now.
The only thing I remember from that show is the Skeletor origin, I believe, of his
That was
face
good.
getting melted off.
And it was good.
Like that's the one clip I remember from that show, and I thought that was cool. But again, I didn't watch the show, so
I'm actually very interested in seeing that one. I never went straight through it. I maybe watched one or two episodes here and there. So I may have to try to find that show and actually go through it.
okay,
Let's see. Maybe we review it.
okay.
Let's see what we do if we can find it. But yeah, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun show. It was fast. That was my only disappointment, that it went so fast. Like I watched one episode and I was already done. I was like, that's it.
So did they give out the schedule? Is it one a week? Is it like
No,
what
they
is
put
it?
the first 5, and then I think you ain't gonna get another 5 until like 2 months from now.
Wait, so the first 5 are already available?
Yeah, everything is up. Yeah,
Okay, got you. Understood.
and they go really fast because they only like half-hour episodes.
Mm-hmm. So I only watched the first one. So.
Yeah. Let's see if part 2. I think it's part 2 got a date. Question part 2. It'll be done. It'll be probably out before the end of this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. So on Netflix right now, there's only one, or there's more than one?
There's only one.
Because I only saw the one.
Yeah, part 1 is only there, so I think part 2 comes out later this year.
Okay, got you. So yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of a wait. Got you.
It's part 1 and then part 2 part 1 of season 1 and part 2 of season 1.
Mm.
So there was a lot of questions too. It left it on a cliffhanger of knowing what the hell was gonna go happen. So I'm very excited and can't wait for part 2.
Yes.
You know what makes me miss though? I miss Voltron.
Voltron?
I miss the Voltron cartoon, the new Voltron cartoon.
Oh, the new one. Yeah.
I missed that. I missed that show. I remember them saying that they were gonna do like special movies and shit. And nothing.
Really? Okay.
Who knows? Whatever.
Well, last year was a wash, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So yeah, check out Master of the Universe Revelations. So far, like every person that I know had like a childhood with He-Man and had a He-Man were fans of, enjoyed the show. Like my friend, shout outs to my friend Santana. He's a big Master of the Universe. He still collects the figures. He still collects he collects the bootleg figures of those too. Like he likes that kind of shit. So like anything that looks like a He-Man figure, he will collect. So he's really big into that. So when he watched it, he loved it. He thought it was a great show, and I was surprised he liked it. So I was like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was again Kevin Smith. I like his writing. I like how he dialects and things like that. So I'm waiting for more. I can't wait for the next part.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
The Capcom, the fight tournament's been starting.
Mm-hmm.
I saw.
Yeah, they have a CPT is actually going on. That was a big deal yesterday. Well, this whole weekend actually. I think today is probably like the end of another section of the world, because they do like North America, they do Japan, they do Southeast Asia, they've actually been branching because of the online nature. They've been branching to like Egypt and whatnot, people, and South Africa every once in a while. You see some like it's been crazy. So yeah,
Cool.
that's cool.
I'll definitely check that out when you get a chance.
If you still ain't had no character reveal, man, I'm still mad they haven't shown where the hell is Oro.
Yep.
Like
They're
it's
like-
been a while, and they said there's supposed to be some update. I hope they don't make people wait until August because that's like a week away. That sucks.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Don't
And they're doing
wait.
good because also they just reported that Capcom just shipped 4.5 million units of Resident Evil 8, I believe. So,
Nice.
and then Monster Hunter, I think Monster Hunter Stories actually was doing really well. So they doing real good right now. Now, come on with the Street Fighter stuff, please. Please.
Yeah. They'll just be like, hey, guess what? It'll be the end of the month. Like, fuck you.
Oh, they'll just be like, no, we're announcing Resident Evil 9. It's not gonna be out for 5 years, but we're announcing it now. Sorry about Street Fighter. What?
Yeah.
How dare
Yeah,
you?
Resident Evil 9 will be for next year, but the last Capcom characters won't come out until the following.
Exactly, something like that. Come on, man. What's
But,
up,
yo,
guys?
This game is like 10 years old. So,
Yeah, and they'd be like, so, yep, we're Street Fighter 6. Don't worry about it. Okay.
ask the first generation how many Street Fighter 2s they had to deal with.
I know. This is like the 5th version of Street Fighter 5. It was like,
Uh-huh.
I think they already have 4, actually.
This is the 5th one.
So I'm just saying,
Yeah.
season 5, where they at? Come on.
Yep.
Guilty Gear just dropped their character as well. His name is Gold Lewis Dickinson, and he's like the sheriff, I believe.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. People kind of think he looks like John Goodman
Yeah.
with white hair, and he carries a coffin that has it looks like an extraterrestrial in it because it has Area 51 strapped on the front.
Yeah.
And then in the trailer, a big glowy arm comes out and does stuff. So that's actually pretty cool. And he's gonna actually come out in 2 days.
Nice.
So they showed him last week, and then I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday they put out a gameplay trailer. So the other thing that's interesting about the character is that he does not have traditional inputs for a majority of his moves. He has half circles for all of his swings of the coffin,
Okay.
but they also include from up to down half circle, and then like from down to up half circle, and then from forward to back half. Like it's a bunch of different and unique ways to use it. But I also think that the trailer is bad because the guy sounds so bored. And then the fact that he has to say the same line over and over again
Yeah.
in Behemoth Rage, I think it's called, or something, Behemoth something, and he just every sentence he starts it with that same line, and he sounds like he couldn't be more like just dead inside. So
Like, I need to say something else.
yeah, like that made me die laughing. Like you could tell that was not meant to be read in English. It was
Yeah.
written down as a list, and they just read it that way. So that's funny, but it's cool. So again, fighting games, characters coming out.
Yeah.
Oro, Street Fighter, what's up? What's good?
They don't
What's
care.
good? No, they don't care.
They don't care about us.
Just
Like,
give me your
whatever.
money.
Yep.
Give me your money.
That's all they want. That's all they want. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff, and that's like figure-wise, wrestling.
Hella toys. Yeah.
Oh my god, the WWE wrestling figures. Oh shit,
They pull out like 200 pictures or something like that. It's
I know.
ridiculous.
I have a
lot.
list. I have a list of ones I want.
Okay.
And it's usually like the first in line, like Senso Escobar I want, Swerve Scott I want, Bronson Reed. I might have to get that Roman, the new Universal Champion Roman.
Mm-hmm. That's yes, sir.
Other than that, like the other ones, like again, like usually like, if they only this is like their first figure, I like the Ali with the black and white. Mia Yim has a Reckoning figure.
Oh, the Reckoning. Jesus, that's so late though.
You know, it's messed up. Like, where's the other ones? They didn't get a figure, but Reckoning got one and Ali got one.
Yeah, but then like, let's talk about the show. We just did the wrestling battle.
Exactly.
Well, where's she at?
I don't know.
Anyway.
But yeah, they announced, and then they also have that Kickstarter for that 90s wrestling ring with the neon light.
It was very good.
That one's like kind of like the Galactus thing. Like you gotta pay into it, and then if it gets all the way to the goals, then you get extra shit like Doink the Clown, the Diesel figure supposed to come with it, things like that.
I saw the trailer for it. I mean, Dunk the Clown surprised the hell out of me. I was like,
Yep.
wow, that's cool.
And they also tested it with Sergeant Slaughter. They had a Mattel exclusive Ultimate Sergeant Slaughter, and that one actually sold pretty well.
All right, nice.
So
nice.
you know that Mattel's starting to do that backing thing that Hasbro's been doing.
It's smart.
Yep.
You don't end up wasting time and effort making figures, and then they just what do? They become peg warmers. Is what they
Yep.
call them.
Peg warmers.
No, let's just see what you want.
I like the things that I was looking at is the NECA stuff. They did announce a bunch of new figures coming out down the road. I'm kind of like with the especially with the cartoon turtles. I'm kind of like on the edge. Like as I'm going through these things, as I'm going through the seasons while we're doing the Oz Shell Shock podcast, it makes me it makes me dislike characters more and more.
Okay.
So there's characters now not on my were on my radar or not on my radar anymore. Like fuck that character.
I got you.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been getting announced. So yeah, NECA has so much shit, and they're trying to take all my money. All my
This
money.
is true.
They want all of it. Other than that, yeah, there's some new stuff coming out soon. You got Titan season 3 coming very soon, and you have more shows coming out. So definitely check everything out. There's a lot of stuff from video games to shows to movies. They're all coming out.
Yes, sir.
What If is now like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you
I
want
think it's funny. I just saw something I thought was cool. I had to mention. I didn't know that also at that GCW event, Too Cold Scorpio was there.
Yeah.
He had a match, and he did like a
Backflip.
reverse 450 leg drop or something like
Yep.
that. I'm watching the clip now. I must have seen it like 17 times already. It's amazing. No, he just does a 360. He's one flip.
55-year-old man doing backflips though.
Crazy.
That's Xavier Woods' rematch.
I see. He's the one that's is why this is on my feed because of him. So
Yeah.
let's get it happening. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Other than that, that's all I got.
Yes, sir. So we could probably get into this here. Wait a second. Let me see. No. Oh wait, we didn't bring up the Dead Space.
Oh, Dead Space.
That's the cool thing that was. EA had an event this past week. We just mentioned Xavier Woods.
Mm-hmm.
He was the host, right?
Yep.
So
Did a great job.
I did not get to see the event in total. I just know I wanted to see Dead Space, and it's a real thing.
Yeah.
So I can be afraid and not play it again. Probably buy it though.
There you go.
So I have no idea who the team that's remaking it, because it is a complete remake.
Yeah.
The one thing I did see was people crying about why are you remaking this game. Please shut up. Dead Space is what, like 10 years old, 12 years old, probably older.
Yeah.
Please stop talking.
Yeah.
People, this is the world we live in. Old games on old systems get remade. It just is what it is, and it was a dead IP. When was the last Dead Space game? It skipped a generation, right?
Mhm.
There was no Dead Space last gen. So
Yeah.
either get a remake or play some old. You ain't gonna play it on PC, are you? Because you're probably constant. People complain they probably play on console. So
I think Dead Space is a game that is worth a remaster for.
yeah. So I mean,
Especially
come
the
on.
first one was amazing.
I mean, come on. And you know what? Let's see if they can redo the magic of the first one. And who knows? Maybe it'll be better than the first one. Because at this point, they're probably not going to try to reinvent the wheel. Because they even have in the trailer the part where it's scrawled on the wall in blood,
Yeah.
sever their limbs. So we know what the deal's going to be, right?
Yeah.
It's basically the Thing in space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think Dead
But-
Space is a good one to get remastered. If you actually go back to the history of when Dead Space came out, it kind of brought horror games back into the fray of things.
Mm-hmm. They made them mainstream again. It was one of the games to make them mainstream again.
Yeah, because
Definitely.
that was during the time of Resident Evil 6, and no one really cared for that one.
But it's sold, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I bought it. I didn't
I
buy
did.
it.
I didn't buy it.
Y'all bought it. I'll blame y'all for that.
But I will say it did help make it mainstream because Isaac, apparently people were going through. Isaac was a mini mascot and he was in
Yeah.
a lot of different things, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
So that's kind of forgotten. The character himself was just gone because I guess the story ended. So yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
I'm happy for that. It looks
But I
good.
will say, the one thing I do want for any game that gets remade is because of the advancements in technology. Like to see the gore look the way it can look now is gonna be unbelievable.
Yeah.
I just gotta say that. If I was afraid to play the first one, I'm damn sure not gonna be enthused to play this new one by myself. Hell no. Hell no. But I want to see what it looked like.
I want to watch someone play.
Yes. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you, YouTube. I will watch somebody play the game. So that's it is what it is.
Maybe
I'm
what I'll
down.
do is I'll buy it and we'll simulcast or something while you're
Yeah,
watching.
you play it on Twitch and you just watch it. Yeah, and talk about it. Oh shit! Why his head just pop off like that? What?
There you go. That's something we could do.
Damn. So yes.
Yeah, Dead Space was good. I liked it. I'm happy it's getting remastered.
Okay. Good stuff then.
Definitely. So, our superhero comic movies of 2 decades leaves us at 1994 with
Yes, sir.
Blank Man.
This week, it is Blank Man, starring. Let's get this.
Damon
Starring
Wayans?
Damon Wayans, excuse me.
His son is in
David
it
Alan
too.
Grier, Robin Givens. A lot of people.
His son was in
Christopher Lawford.
it. His Damon Wayans' son was in it. He was David Alan Grier's character as a kid in the beginning of the movie,
Okay.
and that was his sister too, Kim Williams.
Kim Williams, yes. Lynn Thigpen, also known as the Chief from Carmen Sandiego, R.I.P. John Polito, who I believe played one of our villains in The Rocketeer. So this ties. When we go through these movies, often we will see an actor or actress from another movie we watched. This one was him.
Yeah.
Also, one of my favorite characters, Jason Alexander as Mr. Stone, the guy in a wheelchair.
You know what's funny? Before you go more into it, he's in our next movie too.
Oh, the last guy, the gangster?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's in The Crow as well.
Okay. Just a lot of people, a lot of the Wayans family, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if there's anybody else that would like just snuck in there that we missed. Tony Cox, the little person,
Yeah.
as Midget Man. Oh my! I forgot about that scene, Midget Man, when he tried to please put down the chair. No, I got it. Oh shit! Yo, that movie, Gay Man. What? What was going on, dude? Like, this movie is outrageous. It is outrageous. Yeah, it's so. Let's see what we got. 1994. Trying to see when did it come out? Because again, IMDb switched themselves up, and it's harder to find the date.
I just had it too. Give me 1 second.
The one thing I have, directed by Mike Bender.
Yeah.
Written by Damon Wayans.
Yep.
He wrote the screenplay, and J.F. Lawson.
All right. So I got the date.
Okay.
It came out August 19th, 1994.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Also, see, it is PG-13, and it is an hour 32.
Yep.
Yes, sir. This movie is bananas. I was telling you, Mark, it reminded me of that era. I mean, this is that era of but I have to also give them credit because I was gonna say it reminds me of Ace Ventura, it reminds me of Jim Carrey, but I have to also say it reminds me of Living Color.
Yes, 100%. Because you were just mentioning too that it reminded you of, like, this is the easiest way to do a handicapped man movie.
Handyman movie, yeah. It felt like they tricked us into watching a Handyman movie.
Yeah.
Because you could never get away with making that character. a mentally
Um,
handicapped superhero in that era. Oh
yeah.
no,
And this
oh
was
no.
during the time that Damon Wayans was starting to star in a lot of movies. Like
Hmm.
this was Blankman. He had Mo Money right before this. Last Boy Scout before that. Major Pain came out not so long ago after this. Bulletproof came out not so long ago after this. So
Hmm.
he was doing his thing.
Yes, sir. That was when like a lot, just in general, the Wayans were starting to kick up because
Yeah.
then it would roll into the younger brothers,
Yes. And
and
Don't
then
Be a
they would be
Menace.
all over everything for
Yeah.
a good while, and then Scary Movie popped off. So yeah,
Yeah. Was Living Color still on when this came out?
I would have to check. Scott Steiner does not approve though.
Let's see. No, it just finished. Yeah. Yeah, Living Color finished May 19th, 1994. So it was right before
Yeah,
this
I
movie
see.
came out.
I see. Yeah. So like it finished just as this came out.
Mm-hmm.
So
This was a fun movie. I actually really
very
enjoyed it.
fun.
I
Very
laughed
fun.
more than I thought I would. Yeah, just I haven't watched this movie in such a long time, so it was just a silly superhero movie. And it played well to it. Like I actually liked this a little bit more than Meteor. Like Meteor Man was surprising. So like what surprised me. So this one I thought was just better because the character was just a better character.
Yeah, it was just again, it was over the top funny. It had like that Wayans humor that we are now accustomed to. Tons of like just little jokes here and there, little moments that happen, that callbacks galore. I had a ton of like inappropriate humor. I said to you earlier, like almost everything that David Allen Greer's character says to Robin
Yeah.
Givens is a HR violation. He would just have been fired immediately.
Even when he
Um,
got caught talking to his wing.
oh my, yeah. There's just so many like awkward situations. Like I love how even in the beginning, the funny thing where you see Blunt Man's Genius when they're trying to watch the Batman 66 show,
Yeah.
and then you see Damon Wayans' character go and hook up this elaborate setup just to get the reception, and then he's like standing in the bathroom with his foot in the toilet, and that's when they get the best reception. And then he's like, "All right, good," and then he starts flushing it, and they're like, "Yeah, even better." And then they flood the house, and then the grandma finds out, and then she just whoops his ass. But when she whoops his ass, they put the Batman action
Yeah.
words on the screen. Like, oh my goodness, it's the humor in this movie is on point.
Yeah.
I have to give it credit for that. Like, this was before their wacky style. I guess became played out. I don't even know. I wouldn't even really say it became played out, but it became you expect it,
Yeah.
right? So this was fresh, and it just feels like it's like a mix of the funny with the wholesome,
Yeah.
because it's like it again. It's kind of about representation as black superheroes.
Yeah.
Not really a thing that's really was taken seriously at the time. You know what I mean? Again, we just got Meteor Man,
Yeah.
and then you have Blank Man like what is it, a year later? So
Yeah.
it's kind of riding that wave. I'm not sure if they started like one after the other, but again, like it's cool to see that be a thing. But
Yeah.
like I like the direction it took. It took it in a different direction. It's funny,
Yeah.
extremely funny. It's silly. Like that's the other thing is so much of this movie is just so silly. The robot. I was surprised at how like advanced some of the stuff he was doing. He had the robot able to do
Yeah.
for this. Like they had you believe that he could do. Like, dude, the scene where he goes down the stairs, I couldn't stop laughing.
And he had the Sega Genesis on his butt.
Yeah, because that was his
Yeah.
his programmer. Like
Yeah.
when he turned him on proposal, he took out a different cartridge and put it in.
Yeah.
So like I thought that was cool. He was basically a giant washing machine,
Yeah.
actually, with a confetti wig
Uh-huh.
and
He looked
a Yankee cap.
a fry kid from back in the day.
Yeah, he looked like yes,
Yeah.
yes, he did. 100% like a fry kid.
The fucking his first like action as a superhero when he first made the suit, and he goes and stops the pimp from beating his whole.
Yeah.
He said, slap you around and call me Susan. Okay, Susan.
Okay, Susan.
That shit.
And he had his
Yeah.
trademark scream from In
Yeah.
Living Color. Like there was also just like they were. If you were a fan of In Living Color, you realized they were a team on the show
Yeah.
for a segment called Men on Film.
Yeah.
And also Damon Wayans played a character named Handyman,
Yeah.
which was a handicapped superhero, which was not PC at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but again, it brought these things together. I like the origin story for him becoming the villain, where his grandma, the grandma played by the chief, like
Yeah.
she did not give a shit when the villain showed up
Yeah.
and they were trying to buy the mayor. And grandma had a mouth on her, and he walked away. He was like, whatever, nice office you got here. And then she goes, and I bet you that thing in your pants is short too. And she's like, she didn't have to say that. Why do you say that, grandma? So she ends up embarrassing the hell out of an actual mobster.
Yeah.
And he just sends an assassin, and he just ruins their little campaign office. And then the other dude, the I don't know what he was, I don't know what nationality he was, but he just rolls in with a Uzi and just lights them up. And I'm just like, damn.
Yeah. That was crazy.
They after me too. Careful. I didn't say nothing. It wasn't me. But it's just like, just the level of absurdity. How just let's just talk about the villain for a second and how over the top he was.
He was hilarious too. Not only like over the top, but he made you laugh too. Like he was straight out like if you watched Batman 66, he was straight out a mobster villain from that show.
Yeah.
That's exactly
was.
what he is. He has like super fucking crazy elaborate schemes that he's planning to blow up shit for no reason.
He's like the mad bomber, but he's like a smooth gangster.
Yeah.
And he's trying to buy off the mayor, and he's just brazen about it, which I also thought was very funny.
Yeah.
Just like he didn't give a shit that he was inside the campaign office with witnesses and everything.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And then you get the scene where the mayor's in his office before he finally goes after him for real.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, I just want to talk about, the things at the airport. Don't worry about them. And don't worry about the witnesses. We'll take care of them.
Yeah.
And then the mayor goes, no, I'm going to have them have you put up for arrest. They have a warrant for your arrest. And he's like, oh, so you want trouble, huh? And then it's just like, you at that point, not knowing how far the movie was going to go, you just felt like, oh, this is going to be a typical gangster thing. And then meanwhile, he's got like 50 pieces of C4 in a duffel bag, and he ends up kidnapping the mayor, and they strap him to the safe, and they rob the bank, and he just has an elaborate entrance where he comes in through a hole in the floor after they blew it up, and it was like, this dude's a super villain.
Yeah.
What is going on? And it's like, I guess you need Blank Man, right? Because you need somebody to foil this guy, because you know what? He is actually diabolical.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the funny thing about this movie. And it is like, it's totally unexpected because it wraps, the way it comes together, it's just good.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I can see why the success of the Wayans as like doing movies, like it lasted for so long.
Yeah. It held up too. Like it just held up for the sense of humor. Like it was kind of like a little over the top, but it was like I accepted it. It was funny. It made me laugh. And like I liked the gadgets. I liked the little how he built the gadgets and how messy and ugly they looked, but they all worked. So
And how
like,
Robin Givens' character, the reporter, was like infatuated with just how just underground and like weird and stuff that his character was. Because when she went down there, she's like a kid in a candy store. She was like, wow, this is like, you live in another world. And I'm like, yes, he does, because he's crazy, but he's a genius. So,
she kissed him.
she kissed him, and his brother was actually infatuated with her. Yeah, and like she was like, oh yeah, I didn't like the, yeah, she kissed me. And like, he's like, what? She kissed you? He's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, it was probably just a friend kiss. And he's like, yeah, you're right. I didn't like how she put the I didn't appreciate the tongue, and he just goes, what? The tongue? What? It's just like, it's hilarious because obviously they give you the juxtaposition of his character compared to his brother, which I thought it was a cool touch that I didn't pay attention to before when I first watched the movie, was that he was going to karate classes, and so he knew how to whoop ass.
Yeah.
And so he's actually like a legitimate badass, and he ends up in the scenes where they have to fight, he does fight.
Yeah.
But like knowing that he's a cameraman,
Yeah.
he's not this super geek that he thinks is like touched.
Yeah.
Like you think he's the more normal of the people, and so he would have a chance. But nah, she's just super into Daryl, which is Black Man's name.
Yeah.
Just him and who he is, and it's like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That was cool. And then the little action scenes, just the superhero scenes were pretty cool. Him like having labor, the lady that was in the elevator. Like,
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
her thing. A little shit like that. I just liked his interactions or everything, and I actually liked, like, he kind of stood into that character, that geeky character, and he did not really change in that sense. He was still that shy look character and stuff like that. It was actually really cool.
He had his code too.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Yeah. So.
And then the train station motorcycle was crazy. I don't think I
Yes.
ever ride that shit. Like, fuck you.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah. His little blank lair, which was like an abandoned train station.
Which I was thinking if he was gonna go. I haven't watched the movie in a long ass time, and you know he goes on a little escapade with his robot buddy when they're looking for places to hide. Right?
Yeah.
He says Blank Man needs a blank cave, and they stopped at a bus stop. He's like, "How about the blank stop?" He's like, "No, too cold in the winter." And then they find a train station, and the first thing I thought was it was just gonna be a fucking a caravan of bums down there, because realistically,
Yeah.
it ain't just gonna be nobody down there.
Yeah.
So, but there wasn't.
And then he was a genius. So basically, he already had that track system rigged for his little motorcycle and everything. So it was actually really cool. I actually thought that was a unique villain. That was a unique vehicle.
And then the other thing, the other part of his code was that when he started doing good deeds, the neighborhood people started giving him the junk. He requested junk.
Yeah.
Like that's another little key detail, because you would think, where did he get all this stuff from? And then like there's a scene where he's the neighborhood people give him the junk, and the brother comes home and he's like, what the hell is all this stuff in the house? And he's like, they gave me all this junk. And he's like, was there any money? And he's like, yeah, somebody gave me $5,000. He's like, but I gave it back, and I told him to send me the junk. I told him to send me all his junk. And then the brother gets pissed off, starts throwing it out, and then he just hands it like, give it to me. And then he gives him his radio because he throws it on the street. He's like, what the hell was that? He was like, that was your radio. He was like, and he chases him into the back. I was just like, it's so good. The interactions between them.
The bank scene was fucking crazy.
Yes.
I actually really liked how they did that scene. And then with the bomb and the mayor, like, it was too late, and they actually killed off the mayor, and that affected.
I like that he told him about the grandmother before he died.
Me too.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it kind of brought everything together with that, because he's doing it mainly for his grandmother. So he showed him that she believed in him, and he said that she was a lovely woman and stuff like that.
Yep.
They kind of discouraged him to being Blank Man again. He goes back into a normal job working at McDonald's. He sees a robbery in the bus, and the lady just slaps his book out of his hand, and he just goes around.
You
like,
weak ass.
Excuse me,
punk ass.
But then
but in the beginning, that's like before, when he had the motivation, he saved an old lady who got robbed and almost got knifed to death. So, and that's also the thing that they give you sort of that origin for everything. They show you not only his motivation, grandma was gunned down, but also because he was like an assistant, like he was like the fixer in this guy's shop. That's his job. And he was downstairs, and he had like this chemistry set, everything set up.
Yeah.
And as like he made this sonic fly swatter because it tracked insects by listening to the vibration, like to the buzzing sound.
Yeah.
And so while that's going off, and his boss is like, "What is this thing?" and bewildered, accidentally it slams into something, breaks the little vial, the chemicals mix and land on his lab coat, and then he realizes it's fire uh, retardant, like it doesn't
Yeah,
burn.
it doesn't burn, and then he used the
He
knife.
found
And
out later,
yeah,
yeah, the part with the knife, yo, like why that knife been so hard?
yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
So like he has this material that's bulletproof
Yeah,
or just damage resistant in general. And then that's when he goes and tries to fight the pimp, gets his ass beat, but doesn't get killed because he has the bulletproof stuff.
shoot his head. Yeah, shoot
Shoot
his
his head,
head.
yeah, shoot him. Yeah, and that's when his brother saves him, and they have this whole
Yeah,
thing. But then also that also leads into the scene at the end where his brother, who becomes other guy,
yeah,
has a costume, and he goes to the criminals. Go ahead, yeah,
yeah,
shoot me. And he's like trying to tell him, no, oh, and then he gets shot. And he's like, I meant to tell you, only mine is bulletproof, which had me pissed off. Because listen, how you gonna make other men have that ugly ass costume and not put the stuff on it, bro?
'Cause he
like you
has-
screwed him. You screwed him.
yeah.
Shame on you, Blake man.
Um,
And he could have, because you see he had a bathtub full. Just saying.
and also like we get introduced more into Jason Alexander's character, and he was trying to torture him and throwing the coffee on his legs. It's like, yeah, if you didn't notice,
This,
that
like, this
what
isn't
I'm-
a boil on my ass.
Yeah.
I can't freaking feel anything. And he starts slapping him in the
Yeah.
face. And I'm like, you done? And I'm like, damn, this character's hilarious. But also the part where he's like J. Jonah Jameson. Give me
Yeah.
those pictures of Spider-Man, except he's like a tabloid guy. He's like the head of a tabloid. And so he wants the most raunchy thing. He has that crazy the dartboard down there where they throw a dart and they just pick anything, and they have like the craziest stuff, like the president, aliens,
Yeah.
and S&M sex. And he's just like, that made no sense. He just threw darts at a board and was like, find me this story. It's like, we need the craziest shit. That's
Yeah.
basically what they needed. And so just his mannerisms and everything, his bald cap
yeah,
just had me dying. Like it was just all around. Like the actors in the movie like hammed it up, and it was great.
I was like when they got trapped into like a Batman Gizmo kind of thing, and they were drowning. And J5, this is when J5 saved them and shot two
Yes.
holes right near where they pee at.
After he took forever and fell down
Yeah.
infinite amount of steps to get there, which I thought was
But
probably
you
one
see
of the funny
them,
parts.
Robin Givens' character and Jason Alexander all chained up into the thing. And they save Robin Givens' character, but the way he fucking just left his ass there. I mean,
Oh, because they had a plan, because he knew
Yeah.
that the bomb was gonna be safe. So
Yeah.
because that was his boss. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the guy's boss. So he wanted to mess with him.
yeah, that shit
I
had me
thought was
fucking
funny.
well. Yeah, like I would have did the same shit.
Yep. It's just so good. Very, very good.
Yeah, it was a very fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was very happy to see it again. I think we were looking forward to this one too because it was not that far
Yes.
from the stuff we were watching. So we were like, yeah, this is the one circle we're gonna watch it.
Yeah. And then there's the infamous when Robin Gibbons' character kisses him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he's just like, what's happening to me? J5, what's wrong? I don't understand. Because his character is like a super virgin,
Yeah,
hasn't kissed anybody, so he just obviously he had an accident in his pants the first time he kissed a grown woman.
yeah,
His character is just the way he does it. It's like, again, this is young Damon Wayans where he's just over the top,
yeah.
and it's so funny, super funny.
It had a good ending. I actually liked way how everything foiled and just the status of this movie was just great. I actually really enjoyed it.
Yep.
It was very fun. So, what you will give it?
I'm giving it a 4.5. It's a very
4.5.
funny movie.
Do you want it over Superman 2? Or wait, let me see yours. So your 4.5 is over Darkman and under Superman 2.
Over Darkman and under Superman 2.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fine spot.
Blank man 4.5. And I think your Batman is a 5. Okay. Mine's I put it in my list already, and it made number
Mm-hmm.
6 with a 4.5 as well. So mine's is right over Darkman as well, under Superman 2.
Gotcha.
So as of right now, we have a little change in the top 10 because we actually added a movie to the top 10 because nothing has touched it. So with mine, Turtles is number 1, RoboCop's number 2, Batman's number 3, RoboCop 2 is number 4, Superman 2 is number 5, Blankman's number 6, Darkman's number 7, Flash Gordon is number 8, Batman Returns is number 9, and Superman 1 is number 10. Dick Tracy got kicked off my top 10.
Aw.
And yours, RoboCop is 1, Turtles is 2, RoboCop 2 is 3, Batman is 4, Toxic Avenger is 5, 6 is Superman 2, 7 is Blankman, 8 is Darkman, 9 is Superman the movie, and Dick Tracy is number 10. Flash Gordon got kicked off of yours.
Okay, I can live with that.
Next movie up is probably one of my favorite movies of all time, The Crow.
Okay. I have very, very limited experience with this movie. I've only seen it in passing once, and it was a TV version. So
Okay. This is starring Brandon Lee. It's also the movie that he passed away through, so it kind of has like a little feeling towards it. I love this movie. It's like one of my favorites. I always watch it like once every year and shit like that. It is available on HBO Max, so it's on there. So if you have HBO Max, you can watch it there.
Gotcha.
So we got The Crow next. We got Guyver 2 following that. We have the reason for this podcast, the reason for this listing of what we did, Fantastic Four, and closing out August will be The Mask.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we got some good stuff coming up, and we got some I have never seen stuff coming up. So
Very, very excited for Fantastic Four.
me too. Me too. I'm actually really excited because a lot of people, every person that said about something about Fantastic Four, they said the storyline is actually really good. It's just the costumes and shit is bad.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I know.
we'll see. We'll see. So we are actually almost halfway on our list. I think
Okay.
I think once we get to The Mask, that's the halfway point.
Gotcha. Okay.
So far we reviewed 31 movies.
So that means we got a lot more. Damn, that means
Yeah.
there was so many much more in the 90s then.
Yeah, it started picking up later on, like 2000. That's when every fucking year we had like 3 superhero movies.
Gotcha. But
So
like,
they're
so
still
99, I assume 98, 99,
Yeah.
96, 97, like
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, The Crow next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's it. We're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Make sure you listen and follow us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That is also YouTube. That is also SoundCloud. And that is also Spotify. And make sure to check out the WordPress.
Yep.
Where you at, Mert?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and SoundCloud. All Merc with the Mic. Follow our, again, Red Cyclone Inc. on Spotify is the easiest way to listen to all our podcasts. We do have a monthly podcast is of the Morphin Cast, our Shell Shock, the Non-Trekkie podcast, and Gamer Rage podcast. We recorded our Shell Shock and Not a Trekkie, so those are coming soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And yeah, follow the Jinkies.
Now, I was told he doesn't have sandwiches, but y'all been still trying to give it to him.
If y'all could borrow that swinging foot that Blankman had and kick the sandwich out of his hands, do it.
Oh my God! When he threw
It's
the
like a prosthetic
boot,
foot.
it looked like, yes, it did. It looked like a boot with the little prosthetic foot. Oh
Yeah.
my God! Ah, Blankman's so good.
It had like the platform for like to balance the
It
leg
it had like the Wayne head platform.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably was his real shoe. Because apparently that's a true story.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Use
keep
that.
giving them sandwiches, Blankman will get
There you go. He's gonna slap him around and call him Susan.
you. Please don't slap the Jinkies around and call him.